Ironically, all of these pairings so far have been really good and non-toxic. This is the one that's like, this is probably gonna end bad.
Who knew Homeboy was Aladdin? We had no idea he was Aladdin.
No, it makes sense though. He grew up in the streets. He came from nothing.
Genie is literally Big E.
He's a Mongol, bro.
Yeah.
So if he wants it, he gonna take it. I can't believe that Konrad Curze was easier than Ferrus Manus.
What's up, dogs? Welcome to another episode of Swatt Deeds Talk, and it is the Valentine season, so I'm getting extra wacky on Warhammer 40k, and that is to design waifus for the Primarchs.
The Codex Astartes does not support this action.
Again, this is just a fun thing. Do not get upset by everything. We're not really making
this is not canon.
Yes, this is not canon. This is just us having fun, maybe taking the Urain and Guilliman meme just a bit too far for the Valentine's Day season. And of course, I know about 40k, but I don't know a lot, so that's why I invited our General Bradley again, so he can provide his lore knowledge for this really funny video, a non-serious video. So yeah, we're here to have fun. So this will be a fun episode. And again, if you're new to 40k, if you don't know who the Primarchs are, don't worry. We already did a previous episode where we're going through a little bit of intro to 40k when we Disneyfied the characters. But again, you can go to General Bradley's channel directly because he has videos on all the shit that we're about to talk about. Just like everything is like a playlist for Primarchs and everything. So if you want to get into 40k, just follow any of these links along. So it will be fine. So we are going to be designing waifus for the Primarchs, and we're going to go in order. And first on the list is Mr. Lion L. Johnson, the Primarch of the Dark Angels, and my gene sire, due to a 40k quiz technically, but I'm rolling with it. And I gotta say, Bradley, I'm not sure, because like I know you said on the last episode he has negative riz, and I kind of agree.
The lion is good at many things. Riz ain't one of them. Like there is an ongoing thing in the community where half of the community swears by God above that he might actually just be autistic. And I don't know. They make a strong case because homie you could look this man in the eye and tell him that you love him and be asking, what does that got to do with the job? Is there like any like Disney princess that is like semi-autistic or like anything like that? Because I don't know. Because homie, the lion is dutiful. The lion is a man who's like, I got a job to do.
Yeah.
He is the type of guy where if his missus pulls up and is like, hey, you want to have some fun? It's like, I got a game to beat. I got stuff I need to do. I got work to be done. The lion is just, he's different. Simple
to be
as.
fair, if this were to actually happen, the Emperor would probably be like, son, I need to fix you up a marriage. It's probably going to be an arranged marriage.
Absolutely. Unless there is one like actual solution.
Yeah.
Going off the lion, if he is actually autistic, if right,
Yeah.
he's gonna meet a chick who is gonna be like the fucking PhD holder of his ultra super specific niche thing that's gonna click in his head. Like he's going to meet a chick who's like the Sun Tzu of 40k when it comes to strategy. And she's going to tell him military strategies, and it's going to sound like dirty talk to him. And he's going to fold like a chair. Right? That's the only thing I can think of. So thinking of like a lady for him in like Disney, like rationally speaking, we need someone who is equally duty driven. Like someone very like prim, proper, like kind of stuck up. Someone who is like, I have a job to do. They need to be able to work together. Right.
Ooh.
He needs a partner, like an actual like partner to like work. When he's on the battlefield throwing hands, she needs to be in the back line directing troops.
Yeah.
And during dinner, they only talk about work. They're like that one couple. Well, work is their whole life.
I have two options. Okay. Because the first thing you said He is a bit autistic and someone who is very dutiful, very much in
Mhm.
like getting the job done and doing that stuff like that. This is more of my probably more of my personal bias, but I think if you look at Elsa, she's kind of like that. Before she went crazy
Mhm.
later on when she lost her emotion and things like that. But for her most
Mhm.
part, she's doing her best to be refined. She is actually care about doing stuff by the book. Like Lion, she's very blunt and does not know how to
Mhm.
read the room. She's not probably not very like battle orientated or anything like, but when it comes to like governing a kingdom or a planet, I think
That
she will
that could
be
be
like,
that sounds
yeah.
good.
Other option would be Mulan. Because
Ooh.
anything military wise,
Mhm.
it's Mulan. She's the one
Mhm.
who's actually thinking in more of a tactical sense, and even in the second movie, she's a proper soldier in the Disney princess world. Uh,
Mhm.
but not gonna lie, she with the relationship they have with like Shang and Mulan, they kind of explored like he's too militaristic, and that does get on her
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah. So I don't think Mulan, because Mulan is like dutiful, but she likes to have fun. She likes to cut loose.
Yeah.
That ain't the lion. That ain't the lion. Not one
Nope.
bit. Now my question with Elsa, like, if she's like, does she someone who like needs to cut loose, or is she fine being like stuck up? Because that's the thing.
She's pretty much fine being left alone. Uh, like
Mhm.
just let me do my job. Do not make me upset. Like, don't do anything emotional with me because I can't
Ooh,
really
okay.
handle any of that shit. So I'm more
Oh
like,
no, perfect.
yeah.
That's perfect for the lion then. Absolutely perfect.
Even the question like, how was your day went? Probably will be
Oh
like,
God.
I don't know how to answer this question for both of them.
Honestly, they feel like the type of couple who would like make an appointment for sex.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like, really. Like this, like my schedule aligns here, yours align here. Okay, in between the troop movements, and then we have the logistics. Cool. All right. So it's reserved.
If we 40k AIs Elsa, what sort of
Hmm.
position or character she would be like in the 40k universe? Will she even be human? Because again, this is fun, so we are including aliens.
You could like make a human, and then she could just be like a psyker, but like a you could make her an inquisitorial psyker. I like the idea as Elsa's like a psychic inquisitor who has like a curse of Tzeentch or something that mixes with that a little bit. That's that's something there. I like that. We're cooking with some gasoline right now.
So you're going Order of Xenos or Order of Hereticus, or which Order of Inquisition you're going with?
Ooh, let's do Ordo Hereticus because I think that's funny. That the Ordo Hereticus psyker,
Yeah.
like the people in charge of finding heretics, one of them ends up getting with the lion and the Dark Angels. That's funny. That's ironic. I like that. For those of you who don't know, there's a whole meme in the 40k community that half of the Dark Angels are traitor because
Yeah.
in the Horus Heresy, a chunk of their legion turned traitor under Luther, and it's like a big secret that they all keep hidden. It's really wacky.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's funny. I think that's funny. That is.
I feel like they're at a work meeting. So Elsa and Lion are the mom and Azrael is the kid, and it's like, oh, has any of your
Yes.
brothers been acting bad? And they're like, ah, no, we're all good. We did not do anything wrong, right?
Oh God, Asmodai is a leash kid, 100%.
Okay, so I think that's a pretty successful match. I'm pretty happy with that. My Primarch getting Elsa. Uh,
I'm good. I got
yeah.
no issues with that.
Now moving on to the second Primarch, which I believe is Fulgrim, right?
Yup, the Palatine Phoenix.
Ooh, I don't know much about him, but from our earlier podcast of like assigning Disney to him, from what I know, he's more the charming type. Like the Lion is a
Yeah.
good-looking dude. Lion is a good-looking dude, has a terrible
Mhm.
personality. So Fulgrim is like he's charming. We literally assigned him Prince
Fulgrim is the
Charming.
pretty boy.
Yeah,
He's the
he's
pretty boy. Yeah.
so I don't think.
Real quick,
Yeah.
for any of the 40k people, this is Primarch's pre-heresy nonsense. Right?
Yeah.
We're not taking into account chaos and all that shenaniganry.
No. This
Be
is
your
not.
best self, right?
Yeah.
Simple as.
Maybe that's not true for the lion because his horsey self is terrible. But we can't work with Charles Dance.
Okay,
Okay.
well,
Okay. So again, moving back to Fulgrim. So, uh, I don't know if it's gonna be arranged marriage because Fulgrim gonna be getting around a lot. So
well,
who do you
fun
think?
fact.
Yeah.
Canonically, Fulgrim is one of the few Primarchs to actually have a marriage, multiple
Ooh.
marriages. These were political marriages on his world of Chemos to unite the
Mm.
various city-states together. So
Ooh.
he's one of the few canon Primarchs that actually has like wives.
Ah.
Of course,
Well,
what he did with them, that no one knows, but like they exist legally.
I'm guessing from looking at Fulgrim, it's probably an isekai anime situation. So probably there's a group of them, just
Mhm.
like any isekai anime. But here's the thing I've had with like Fulgrim. So I know he's charming enough to probably get anyone, but when we're like
Mhm.
assigning a wife, it has to be his genuine self at least a little bit,
Yeah.
which is probably
So
hard to understand
Fulgrim,
from Fulgrim.
it is. Fulgrim is unique in that for someone who's like super perfect,
Yeah.
he suffers a lot. And a lot of people will relate to that. And the reason why a lot of people relate to Fulgrim is that for anyone who had to be like the perfect kid growing up or like the perfect student, perfect whatever, you're never actually that. And there's a lot of self-confidence issues that come with that. There's a
Mm.
famous quote from 40K where it says that when it came to being perfect, Fulgrim had to, I'm paraphrasing, Fulgrim had to put in his heart, soul, liver, lungs, and everything into it. But Sanguinius, it just came naturally, right? And that was the
Uh,
main issue with Fulgrim, and that's what led to his downfall. He had a massive imposter syndrome. He didn't believe he was shit. He was like, I am the Emperor's children. I have to be perfect. I have to be perfect. I have to. And that eventually led him down to the path of Slanesh because he didn't
mm.
think he was good enough. So he had to be perfect because if he wasn't perfect, he wasn't Fulgrim. If he wasn't Fulgrim, he wasn't nothing. But
Uh,
Fulgrim generally comes from a good place.
yeah.
He's genuinely nice. He cares about people. He's polite. He loves art. He's very well mannered. He's the friend you bring home to mom. Simple as.
Mm.
That's what you want with Fulgrim. He is a little bit posh. No, he's very posh. He's posh, a little bit arrogant, a little bit kind of depends. But it's like it's not like it's undeserved, right? But
Yeah.
he's the rich friend,
He's
right?
pro
They mean
he's
well.
probably the one who's gonna say you're wearing your tie wrong, but probably in a nice way, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's like, oh, darling, I love what you're wearing, but you have to, no, a half Windsor, never. You have to make it in a full Windsor, please. It is polite. So I don't know what vibe you're going for. Is it a Disney princess like that? Like, what are we working with here?
Well, here's the thing, like in terms of pompous, Disney princesses not generally tend to be that way.
Is there any like princess who like has a lot to live up to? Like a lot of pressure?
Merida from Brave. This is technically Pixar, but again, it's Disney. It's owned by Disney. I would say she's again a big sign of rebelliousness. She does not want to be like
Mhm.
her mom, but they're forcing them to be like her
That
mom.
could work. That could work. Because like think about it. Fulgrim's whole shtick, right, is that he is physically every day putting in his foot is everything, bro. He put his foot into being perfect. And it
Mm,
gets to him. You read his book, you read the stuff. He's like, I'm out here suffering, but I have to, because I am Fulgrim. I gotta be
mm.
perfect. My legion has to be perfect, because we're the Emperor's children. If I'm not perfect, I ain't nobody. So I could definitely see like a romance type thing going on where like homie meets this Scottish chick who's like, hey, have fun, chill out. And then it's like the straight-laced guy in the rebellious guild type like situation, character arc, whatever nonsense you want to call it. I can
Yeah,
see that. I can vibe with that. And they can trauma bond over having to be the perfect child.
yeah. Like, oh, complain. He complains about Biggie, and she complains about mom. This is gonna be fun.
No, I need some fan out of that. Yeah,
This
if any of you artists out there, I will draw anything. So I could use that.
Yeah. Again, guys, we're completely welcome. You can send them over to me. I can send it to General Bradley as well. We are completely open. Or you can, he has a Discord. You can join the community and you
I
can post
do.
there. Yeah, that's a
There's an art
plug-in.
channel.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so what sort of role would she be in, like in the Imperium? She can be an alien too.
Rebellious and aliens, not really blending that well with like the main big factions. But thinking about it, I have one that might work.
Ooh.
Make her the heiress to a night world. Night pilots are very much so about being honorable, about dutiful. Like they take stuff very seriously, but they're also a little pompous. Because like I
Uh,
get a big giant knight, but it's not all just hot air. They back it up with big gun. But thing is though, it's a super common thing where there are heirs to night worlds because you have to keep the heir safe. The heir is the heir to the world. They have to be prim and proper. But all the heir wants to do is get in the big suit and throw hands with the giant bug.
Pacific Rim. Ah!
Literally. So I could see Meredith being this heiress to a night world, this princess of a night world, and she's expected to take up the mantle as the lady of this world. But she just wants to be a free blade, which is like a mercenary, going around killing shit. That's
She
all
she
she wants to do. She doesn't want to like taxes and logic and no. Give me big, give
she
me
she
big.
wants she wants to go to Fenris and pick up bar fight.
Absolutely. Honestly, I'd pay money to see Bjorn throw hands with a knight.
All right,
Outward.
so Fulgrim is again not that hard. Weirdly, I thought it would be hard, but we finally found a good match for Fulgrim. This is actually going to be like a
Well,
very
it's
honest.
just like yeah, if you look at the Primarchs from a caricature, which is a thing that people get wrong about them, is that they're not just caricatures, they are people. They change, they have emotions, and like because
Hmm.
in 40K, a lot of stuff is very stagnant. That's the whole point of it, yeah. But
Yeah.
people tend to forget that like these characters are characters, they're people.
Hmm.
Fulgrim isn't always just Mr. Perfect Snake like sex bug guy. He was an actual person with deep-seated trauma and stuff. And each of the Primarchs
This
has their own like emotional issues and deep-seated stuff that's wrong with them.
this is why we even joke about it before. Like, if Biggie actually, got them married, probably the heresy wouldn't have happened. This is just my biased.
Maybe I'm saying it 1,000% If Morty got laid, he would not be such a dick. Mortarion is an incel. I guarantee. People think that Perturabo is the incel. Nah, Perturabo is Sigma male. Mortarion, that is the incel. Honestly, he probably ran stuff about SpaceX being like women only want one thing and it's disgusting. Like women are like, no, Morty, you are disgusting. Take a
Yeah.
shower. Like, go, come on. Like seriously,
Is he the third
100%.
one? Is he the third one, or who's next on our list?
No. 14th, 14th.
Okay, so he's far down. So who's on our third Primarch?
The Sigma male himself, Mr. Peter Turbo, Lord of the Iron Warriors.
Ah. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. So from the art I've seen, so again, Lion is a very difficult person, but he's not technically a bad-looking person. See, I mean, he is. I mean, he's not Fulgrim. He's not Sanguinius, but you look at him, King Arthur.
He ain't bad.
Yeah, Giga Chad looks.
Yeah.
I mean,
He has the regal appearance of an ancient king, as the folk
yeah.
goes.
So, but when it comes to Perturabo, from the art I've seen, yeah, he's not doing well on this department, unfortunately.
But
Unfortunately.
he don't care. He don't care. He's not pretty and he likes it like that. You don't get him for his looks. You get him for his ability, right?
Mm.
Because Perturabo may not be pretty to look at, but I guarantee you, if you even hear a leak in the house, Perturabo has fixed that the next second. He is mean, he's anky, but he does care. Regardless of how he's a tsundere. It's simple as. That's what Perturabo is. He says he doesn't care, but he cares.
See, that's what I'm saying. You might say he doesn't care about looks, but I feel like he's looking at like Sanguinius and go, damn it, they got long hair, and look at Dorn. Damn, it's like
On
grandpa
that's
looking.
literally him though. His whole shtick is like he's looking at Dorn and being like, How come you get to build a fancy house? I want to build a fancy house. I gotta be in the mud digging a trench. That's his whole shtick.
Yeah,
That's him.
That's why I'm saying he's not too happy about his face. Let me tell you, like compared to his brothers, I don't think he's happy about his face, okay? He may not say it. He may not know. I only care about the actions of a man, but inside he's like, damn it, Rogal looks better than me. I can't take it.
Hold me out the bill. I wish I was pretty. It actually goes to show he cares very much about the people around him. We get a good example of this with his sister Caliphany, one of the very few people who he actually cared for. When his sister rebelled against the Imperium and called his bullshit, being like, hey, stop blaming everyone for your own mistakes. You are not doing what you need to do. He got so mad by what he assumed to be this betrayal that in a moment of accidental rage, he actually killed her by snapping her neck. And it said that
that's not gonna look good on the dating profile.
No, it's not. But it said that for the first time ever, of Perturabo, for the first time in his life, felt shame as he broke to the floor and wept.
So a lot of emotional damage piled together with spite.
It's spite. Homie is living off spite at this point. That's Perturabo's whole MO. But he does care. He cares about the people whom he considers to be of value. The problem is that list is really small. Someone for Perturabo, you need someone who is competent, needs to be competent, but someone who doesn't mind, a Sundre, right? Someone who doesn't expect a lot of affirmation, but gives a lot of affirmation.
Is he good with handling criticism? No.
He just broke his sister's neck because she told him you ain't shit. I don't know what you want from me. So but I mean, we could bend it a little bit. We could say that, if it's coming from her, she's the only one who can criticize him. Kind of like Caliphany a little bit. So we can play around with it a little bit.
Because the thing is,
but you need someone who's...
Belle is a good example. If you think about it, like Belle, she do her time to see what's underneath, but the only problem is she will let you know if you're crossing the line. That's
the thing.
Yeah,
that's what Perturabo needed, right? It's what he needs. He needs someone who's willing to keep him in check, but someone who's competent enough that he respects.
Yeah,
that could work. Everyone watching, we're assuming Perturabo is going to therapy at this point. He's working on himself, all right? The Lord of Iron is trying to be a better person, and he got a little missus to help him with it. All right? Best case scenario. So I think Belle would be perfect.
What sort of person she would be like in the Imperium, or alien-wise, or any sort of wise?
Honestly, I think she would make a good argument to be an Eldar, like an Eldar Orchok of a craft world. Because Perturabo actually speaks Eldar and Orcish. And thinking about Belle, she's someone who's very logical, reasonable. She has stuff that gets done. She cares about stuff. Yeah. And she's very much so, I have work that needs to do, but she also cares about people. But she can seem a bit standoffish at times. But it's only because she puts so much effort into her work. That screams Eldar to me. So like an Autarch of an Eldar craft world, they care about their people. They love their people, but they have so much they have to worry about that they can seem a little distant at times. So I think that's perfect for Perturabo. I think that really is. So
Perturabo is the first in our list to actually hook up with an alien. Who knew?
I mean, yeah.
Who knew?
I'm just saying, never ask the human supremacists what the race of the wife is. So I'm saying. Insert Avatar 3 meme here. I'm just saying.
That's actually a very good point. To be honest, that's a very good point. Oh my god. Purdy, we fixed you. Okay, Mr. Turbo, we have the perfect match for you.
And I said it once and I'll say it again. You think you got problems? Get yourself an Elf GF. You'll be sorted real quick.
And she will not care about the tubes things you having on in your head. I mean, is that always a thing, or is just the armor thing? Is he always been with?
Yeah. So what those things are? Yeah. That is a mind impulse control unit, right? or something like that. I forget the exact name. But
Yeah.
basically all those like metal dreadlocks
Yeah.
are Perturabo connecting his brain to like machines so he can telepathically control shit and move shit around. Does it look good? Is it intrusive? It's like, yeah, all those things. It's effective. He doesn't care. It works. It makes him a better general.
Yeah. Just really, please don't hook Bell up to that thing. Just say.
Look, what the Lord of Iron does in his spare time is no business of mine. Pop-Off Putty, Pop-Off King. Look, if she's into it too, go ahead. All right?
Okay, so who is a fourth on the list?
Behold, the Lord of the Steppe, Jaghatai Khan, Primarch of the White Scars.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's on the side of I would say one of the most rational of all the Primarchs in terms of personality
Everybody loves the
wise.
Khan.
Yeah.
This is going to be super simple. The Khan is the cool guy.
Yeah.
He's the dude riding his bike who's chill and everybody loves him because Khan is the cool guy. Simple as.
Yeah.
We need someone who likes fun, who likes freedom and fun, and just driving 1,000 miles an hour, going everywhere, doing everything. That's what we need.
Well, there's a couple of options for that because, like, Ariel, when you think about it, she is one of the first Disney princesses who's like outright rebellious. She rebels against her father, wins up with Eric, who's in itself is a free spirit who likes to roam the seas and things like that. But there's also Moana, who's like also into the exploration spirit of things. She likes to be an explorer.
I like Mulan. That's kind of cool. Also, it's like the idea of like this you know, step warlord taking a Han princess as a bride.
Oh,
Very historical. So that hits my history stuff right where it should be.
she said it in her second movie, like her duty is to her heart. She does follow her duty, but her duty first falls to her heart. So she will make the decisions from the heart
That
first.
sounds like the Khan. Absolutely. Because like the Khan, during the Siege of Terra, the Khan is supposed to be held up behind the wall, right? Because they're defending.
Yeah.
And he talks to Sanguinius, who can see in the future, and he's like, if I go out, will I save people? And Sanguinius is like, yeah, but I don't know what will happen to you. And the Khan is like, enough said, I ride, right? Minus spoilers for the End and the Death, the last book of the Horus Heresy. He actually ends up dying, because of this. But he manages to kill or harm Mortarion, right? And he actually gets resurrected by the Emperor. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But he saved so much, but it did cost him his life. But the Khan doesn't care. He does what's right.
Like you said, in the storyline possibility, I think you can see it like happening a lot better. Like he takes over their planet, and she's like, "Okay, we can solve this without violence. I can be your political bride," and then actually fostering a relationship because like the Khan got game, guys. The Khan got game. Okay, he's not lying.
Khan got game for days, boy. You don't know Jaghatai Khan, Master of Riz. That's him.
Hey, how you doing?
If we let Khan, will probably nab every princess, but I think personality wise, I
could.
like. Yeah,
because the Khan is Mr. Cecilia Go. Simple as.
Yeah. So he's
he's a Mongol, bro.
Yeah.
So if he wants it, he's gonna take it. Thinking about what would Mulan be?
Yeah,
I could if we set this in Great Crusade, I could easily see Mulan being like the leader of an Imperial realm, and they meet the expeditionary fleets, and the Khan's like, "Yo, surrender or die," and Mulan is like, "Hey, no, let's talk about this." And Biggie's like, "Okay, I'm going to make a marriage thing, kind of like what he did with Mars with the Treaty of Olympus. I could kill you, but it would hurt, so we're gonna do this instead." And then he kind of makes the Khan go with, and the Khan's like, "I don't want to," and Biggie's like, "Yes, you will," and then we could play from there. So making her this type of like not an imperial princess, but like a princess of another human like settlement or like faction that is forced into this. Like I like that. And then we have that little budding romance thing from there. That's good.
Yeah, it's very much like Shang if Shang had game. Shang doesn't have game. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Shang, I love you. You my boy. You made a man out of me. I appreciate you, but bro, you ain't got no riz.
So who's next on the list? We got the Khan. Who's next?
6th Legion, Leman Russ.
Ah, the
Wolf
voice, the Mr. Wolf himself. Well, I read his book, The Great Wolf, I think, the one with like the lion
Yeah.
and him in it. To be honest with you guys, I had a really hard time with it. It's it's not the character's fault. For some weird reason, like I finished Caiaphas Cain, I went through Necrons. Getting into the Primarchs was like
Yeah.
really difficult. Because like
So, for anyone wondering, the Primarch books are a coin toss. Same thing with like the Legion books. 40K has this weird habit of like some of the best appearances of the Salamanders are in books that are not about them. Yeah, that's why you hear people say, "Hey, do you want to see the Iron Hands? Like the really good Iron Hands, like the best representation of the Iron Hands? Oh, I should read the Iron Hands book. I should read the Ferrus Manus book." No, you have to read this obscure horror novel called The Damnation of Pythos. That's the best. It's GW got problems, bro. I don't know what to tell you. It's just a thing.
Again,
The
like
best examples of characters are not in their books.
the weird thing is like there's a lot of potential in Leman Russ's book, by the way. Again, like the space they joke about like so like what do you think of the Dark Angels? And the one guy's like talking about how great their armor is and that's how cool it is. And I was like, okay, I can vibe with this. There's a lot of potential in it. But for some reason, it just wouldn't. It wasn't Caiaphas Cain, I would say, enough for me. Russ,
Absolutely.
Russ, in a sense, doesn't have like your vanilla boy Riz. That's not his thing. He's like what the 80s or the 70s.
Machismo.
Yeah.
He is
like,
machismo. He's a Viking, bro. Like he's like, no, fuck all this feminism nonsense, bro. I don't deal with that. I am me. I drink. I'm hairy, and I fight. He's a Viking. He's a Viking. He is a jock to the end. Like he is 80s jock. He is a meathead.
Yeah,
but he's not stupid. He's actually very intelligent. He is a Primarch. He's not an idiot.
He's not as crass as people think him to be. I mean, like his outer shell is 100% crash. I mean, like. We made Gaston join the Space Wolf because like for this very reason, like outwardly he's a man's man.
100%.
He will probably make fun of 100%. You, bully you, and all that stuff. But inside it all, he's not really Gaston, not fully Gaston. I would say he has a lot more care and does care about people and things like that.
Absolutely,
but he's rough around the edges. He's rough around the
edges. The biggest thing about Russ is he's loyal. He is like, all jokes aside, Russ is a dog in every single sense of the word. He plays rough, he barks, like he eats messily. He's like, you don't take him to a fine-side dinner, but if you're ever in trouble, he will never leave your side. He is one of the most loyal Primarchs, period. He loves you, he cares for you, and he will be by you. Like, he's a dog, like in all seriousness, that fits him perfectly. He's not a mindless animal, but he's also not harmless either. When taking a look at like who would Russ be with, it's like you need someone who doesn't mind loud, who doesn't mind crass, who doesn't mind crazy, and who doesn't mind getting in fights, but also someone who does genuinely just care at the end of the day. You need someone who likes, like, with Russ, the idea of fine dining dinner date, out the window, gone, never, right? Russ's idea of fine dining involves a fist fight at the end of the meal.
It's a barbecue and it's gonna be a bar fight. Unfortunately, it's gonna end in a bar fight. But he'll win, so you will have no worries.
He will win.
Yeah,
he will win. He will get drunk. He will fight, but he will win.
The funny thing is, okay, so two things. I would say Meredith's dad. He's very much like Russ in the sense. But his mom, she's not a princess, but she's a queen, I would say. But she more in a sense like does her best to tame him. Like He in a sense
I can see that.
yeah, Dust is would be on his best behavior with her and anything like that. But he's also he knows he's a big Scottish king. He's gonna fight, and she doesn't really mind all that. And she actually has a firm enough foot to put him down. But that also reminds me, this is more of an offshoot, but like when you think about Cinderella, charming, yes, is an example, but she's also pretty much into animals and things like that. This may be too going off on
That could be a good shout,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
That could be a good shout.
I
I don't
can
know. There's two ways to go about this, right?
yeah,
We could go with the complete same, so they're just like wild child couple, or we
yeah,
could go with someone trying to basically restrain the lion, right? Opposite of Beauty and the Beast type deal.
yeah.
So I don't know. You pick which one you think makes more sense.
The easy option is Merida's mom, who's a queen, who's not a princess. So that's the easy option. But I'm not gonna go that. I'm gonna make a stretch, and I'm gonna go for Cinderella. The main reason is like if again there were her interactions between her, very crass stepsisters and things like that. She does genuinely,
She's always nice.
yeah,
And she's like, I can
yeah.
see that.
And also with the animals, there's a specific. I watched the original Cinderella, and I was like, the main villain in that's more than the mom was like the cat Lucifer. Literally, the cat is the biggest villain in that movie, to be honest.
Absolutely.
And she's
That's
still,
valid.
she's still fine with it. Again, I think the dog is the one that actually saves her in the movie. So this might be a stretch, but I'm thinking like she's probably the one who's gonna be
I don't
like
think it is a stretch, eh?
Yeah, you
I
think
think
so?
it makes sense because, like, yeah, she's kind, she's nice. Like,
Yeah.
if the Russ ends up in like a fight and breaks something, she's not going to get pissy about it. She's going to be understanding and kind. And then
Yeah.
Russ, being the type of guy he is, he's going to be sad about it. He's like, why are you not also happy and fighting with me? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. And it's like sad puppy dog eyes type thing. I could see that. I vibe with that. And
Yeah.
like she controls him and corrals him and like smooths his rough edges, not by authority, but by sheer kindness and love and sincerity. Right? I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I can see that like being the thing, but I don't know how she fit into the 40K universe. What she's gonna be, I don't know. I'm not even sure.
Ooh, let's make her a
Yeah.
sister hospitaller.
What is that? That's a new thing. I have not heard of it.
Okay, so in Warhammer 40K, you have a faction called the Sisters of Battle,
I know that one.
right?
Yeah.
And then they're divided into two main sects, right? That being the Ordos Battler, or the Battle Orders, and the Ordos Hospitaller, or the Hospitaller Order, right? So you have the militant sisters, right? The fighty gals with the power armor and the bolters.
Yeah.
But then the Sisters Hospitaller are just like all the non-combat sisters. They're nuns.
We can literally have a scene where she's trying to help a person who's wounded, and it's like, let him be. He's broken his foot. He's not useless anymore. We need to move on.
I can totally imagine the Russ being like, it's fine, just trying to like give him beer, and she like kind of snaps him, and be like, hey, it's actually hurt. I need to work. And then the Russ is like, he's all like pouty puppy does like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that. I can vibe with that. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. To be fair, like from what I know of the Space Wolf, from like watching my videos and things like that, I was assigned the Dark Angels, but I more vibe with the wolves in general. In a sense, like
That's valid.
yeah,
The wolves are the most fun chapter.
Yeah,
All right, I'll say that. They're
they
definitely
crack a
the most
joke.
fun.
So-
Salamanders are a close second, but if you want a party, you go for a Space Wolf.
yeah. So who's next on the list after the Russ?
Rogal Dorn.
Oh,
Leman. Basically, he's like Perturabo, but not really spiteful.
yes.
So it's kind of the same vein.
It is the same thing, but he's not. He's not unlike Perturabo. He's easy on the eyes. Kind of has like a, I would say, an older gentleman look, but I would say still a good-looking face. Not. Yeah.
He's definitely someone who's he's blunt as all hell,
Yeah.
right? He's a brick wall, but he has a bit more emotional depth and maturity than Perturabo. He can definitely handle criticism, but He's not someone who's going to declare his affection in the middle of the park or something, right? He
Yeah.
will hand you a nice, neat, written like letter that's with perfect calligraphy, being like, "I like you. You are great. You build well." That that's what you're gonna get. That's the type of guy he is.
Yeah.
So again, we need someone who's like, we need someone who's chill with that. Someone who's like okay with not a lot. We need minimalism. We need minimalistic girl here. That's what we need.
Minimalistic girl. Ooh. Again, Cinderella is a good option, but he's got Russ. We can't go for Cinderella. I would say another one with like, um, okay, this is a weird thing. So Sleeping Beauty, she didn't know she was a princess for a long time. She lived in the woods with like 3 women. That's basically her story. She only later on found out that she is actually a princess. And she is, in a sense, fine with being like a person who's like in the woods kind of deal. So she was living a very minimalist.
She's chill.
Yeah.
She's chill.
But again, the big personality is like it's really hard to love a brick wall. I don't know if you guys know this
Well,
about
that's
women.
the thing, though.
Yeah.
You gotta understand. Okay, you're talking to the 40K community. Women aren't real. First off, right? There's that. But when it comes to like Dorn and like loving Dorn,
Yeah.
you love him because of what he's capable. Like that he's loyal, he's durable, he endures, he stands, like the wall stands. That's his whole thing. Like
Yeah.
he'll always be there. You don't love him for like flamboyant nature or his explosive tendencies. He's not spontaneous, but he's reliable. He's
Yeah.
consistent. You know that Dorn, at the end of the day, when you come home, he's not going to like have like a trip to Bali planned or anything, right?
Yeah.
But the food will be made. He will have your favorite things ready with a little note saying "I love," because like Dorn is a blunt, but he's not unemotional, right? He does show emotion. So like he does like "I love you," and he will say that, and he will give you a hug. But then like that's that because it's what's expected. It's what's normal. You need someone who's fine with a routine. Dorn is a man who works by a routine and a schedule, and he will never break that schedule. So if you can find someone who's chill with that, who doesn't mind mundanity, yeah.
When you think about it, Snow White, we don't know a lot
That's a
about
good one, actually.
we don't know a lot about her
We do
personality.
know that she likes to work.
Yeah,
Like she's someone she likes that. She has no problem working. Like she sees something, like the big thing, she sees a dirty house, her first thing, let's
yeah,
clean it. Why
yeah.
is this not correct? That's Dawn, right? I feel like
Yes.
she's someone who's fine, and she was happy with a 9 to 5, bro. She was happy with like a simple life.
And she
That's
was
Dawn, though.
and she was fine with like so the dwarves kind of represent Dorn a little bit. They're stubborn, they're set in their ways.
Absolutely.
They want to go and they want
They
to
do the same thing every day. They eat the same thing, like consistent, boring.
Yes,
That's Dawn.
yes. I'm gonna say Snow White. Snow White is the best option for Dorn.
Yeah.
Which is even
Honestly,
funnier.
yeah.
Which is even funnier.
She's fine with a 9 to 5.
She's funnier when you think about her in the picture because like Dorn is a giant of a man. Among the Primarchs, he's not just tall, he's just wide. He's just wide.
Yeah, he's chonky lad, right?
I'm picturing Snow White as like a very
Like-
tiny woman with a very big person.
Well, I mean, that's every single Primarch, though.
Yeah, to be fair, that's true. That's true. Like everyone is like 12
Yeah.
feet tall. So yeah, but I can see it. So
Ginormous.
how do you think Snow White would fit into the 40K? I can even see her just being
Where
a
would
peasant.
she be?
I can see she being a peasant and Rogal being fine.
Yeah. Yeah, she could be a serf. She could be like a chapter serf, a chapter attendant, like a legion attendant, right?
Yeah.
And Dawn just like saw is like she's content, she's happy, she's really good at what she does. And Dawn saw, and he's like, you will make an adequate partner.
Yeah.
I approve of this.
I approve this. I approve this one.
I vibe with that.
Like he would have
It's
his
like-
workshop and his done and when he like can we come back to the room, everything is like every pen is organized into perfect settings and everything, the table is nicely
Exactly.
turned. And he's like, this is my woman, this is my woman, you know what makes me happy.
Yeah, this is acceptable. Like, your level of efficiency is admirable. That's him hitting on her. 100%.
Okay, so moving on from Mr. Break to who else? I hope someone's exciting.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it depends on what you call exciting. Night Lords. Konrad Curze.
Oh no!
You want to know how I got these scars?
Murder Batman, baby!
Okay, he's the last. He's the last person to actually anyone would. You know what? That's kind of weird. I would say in the. You know what? For him,
No, you say that. You say that. I need you to understand something. There's something that you need to understand at the
Yeah.
bottom of your soul. Konrad Curze has the most gender-bent fan art out of any Primarch. For some reason, the community wants to bone this guy. I don't know why, but they do.
I think I even shared this with you.
don't
Like
know.
I saw him as a goth girl, and I was like, "Damn, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
there's a lot of that.
That's good."
There's a lot of that. Like, the 40K community got some issues, boy. Let me tell you what. There is an ancient axiom passed down through generation upon generation upon generation of mankind. This lesson our forefathers taught to us from days of years past. When the world was first created and man walked the earth, this was the first lesson that God spoke to mankind. Do not stick
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this broadcast to bring you this important message from Zeech. And that is, ancient wisdom is good and all, but it would be a boring book. So do it for the plot.
I think a villain is the perfect duo for
that
Curse.
could work.
This is
So the thing is, though, we're looking not so much at like alignment, but more so personality. So let
Yeah.
me give you a quick rundown of Curze's personality.
Okay.
Curze is someone who, contrary to popular belief, he genuinely wants to be good, right? There's this belief that because of Curze landed on Nostromo, which is murder world,
Yeah.
he ended up developing a split personality disorder. It's never been confirmed, but it's believed that he has a split personality disorder. That being Konrad Curze and the Night Haunter, right? Dr. Jekyll and Hyde type situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's believed to be. So, but Curze genuinely wants to be good. He wants to be a good person. He has a strong sense of justice. The thing is, though, is that he ends up doing so much like evil stuff, bad stuff for the sake of justice and goodness. He gets twisted. That he ends up breaking mentally. And he essentially falls into this rabbit hole of, I was destined to be evil. It doesn't matter how good I tried to be, I was always going to be evil. And I always tell people this. Konrad Curze didn't want help. Curze wanted to be right. Because that's his thing. Throughout the entirety of the heresy, he's the idea that this was his fault, right? Can't. It just can't register in his head. So what he does is that he dives deeper and deeper, but like, it's not my fault, it's not my fault, it's not my fault,
The
it's not my fault.
prophecy.
Right.
It's the prophecy.
Exactly. And there's a super famous example of where he has foresight, right? So vision nonsense. And he meets this kid in an alleyway and he gets a vision of the future. There are two possibilities.
Yeah.
One of them is this kid ends up becoming a paragon of justice. Conrad's Robin to his Batman, essentially, right?
Ooh.
Ruler of Nostromo, perfect, beautiful, amazing world, right? But then
Yeah.
the other is complete opposite. He becomes a ruthless warlord who is even worse than Curze. And then Curze has to choose, and he ends up killing him because he can't take the risk. He's scared. To make a long story less long, Curze needs someone to look after him. He needs someone to reassure him. He's like, there, it's okay. Don't worry, things will be fine. Because Curze is a mess, but he needs he generally needs someone to be like, it's okay. Like, you're all right.
But here's the thing, though. Like, there's not a lot. I mean, like, they all kind of fit into the beast category, very toxic, and then the girl kind of eases up their edges. But
Yeah.
But Curze is a very different case, I would say. He's not
Yeah.
he's not even Angron. He's much worse.
Curze does care. He
Mm,
does care, but like there's so much early trauma involved in Curze that he never actually took the time. Because anyone who's dealt with trauma before
yeah,
knows that to actually deal with it is a year-long or yearly long process. It's not like one session and done.
yeah,
You go through time and time and time of like breaking down layer by layer by layer by layer by layer. It's not easy. So Kurz never did that. So if we talk about true love, he needs someone who's like, it's okay. Don't worry. Stop being
yeah.
afraid and just live your life.
Well, this kind of adding into the toxic trait of it because like I can easily see this person getting murdered the next day. So, so that's
Okay. We're going off best case scenario. So realistically, most of these princesses would be murdered the next day.
I would say in that case, I would say Rapunzel. She's very emotionally intelligent, although she did not realize that she's being gaslit for a while with her mom. She did not realize that, but she is a very emotionally intelligent. And if you see it in the movie, she get like a bunch of psychotic thugs and then made them open up about their dreams.
She
and
does, doesn't she? Yeah.
yeah.
She's a therapist.
Yeah, she does have because like she has a very genuine positive. She literally has healing powers, folks. She literally heals. So she can walk into a room full of murderers and then make them do a musical, and that's what she did. Not all Disney princesses have done that, and she did that. So that's like
you make a valid point.
yeah, that's where I'm going with because like
Actually, that's perfect. That's perfect.
how would you see her like in the Imperium? How would you see Rapunzel in the Imperium? She has powers though. Out of all the Disney princesses, if there was a Disney princess fight, she's winning. She literally has the sun in her head, which can heal and also indestructible. And then if she goes, she has a dark side too. She literally has a dark side. Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
let's make her an Imperial saint.
Perfect. Okay, then she will probably not be murdered. Most likely not be murdered.
Literally, I can see that. Curse is out here, like, also ignore that Imperial Saints came after the heresy for fun, right? So, I could totally be like Curse throwing hands and murdering shit, but then an angel descends like, hey, maybe don't murder people. I vibe with that.
Yeah, I think this is the best. Wow, this has to be the best pairing when you think about it. If you make because they're powerful, she would totally be like something like a saint.
Honestly, it's the most like impactful in terms of like emotion and stuff. Like this is it.
We fixed Curze.
Like you talk about like serious storyline.
Yeah,
this is it.
You're welcome, fandom. We fixed Curze. Not really, but you know.
It turns out the only thing the goth emo boy needed was a trad angel wife. Who would have thought?
Okay, this was a lot exciting than I actually thought it would be. So, moving on from Curze, who's next?
Sanguinius, the angel.
Ah, the golden child. Oh.
Everybody loves Sanguinius. Sanguinius is great. He's awesome. He's chill, but he also like he holds a great burden on him. Which is something that people don't think is like he does have this like darker aspect to him.
Yeah.
Because, Sanguinius contains two aspects of angels, the gold and the black.
Yeah.
Right? So he can be an angel, but he can also be a demon. Right? He has that to him. So he does share that. So he's not completely golden, but in terms of being someone that everyone loves, he's the guy who's he's already been through therapy.
Yeah.
So he's come to terms with it. Yeah. And now he's just acts great to everyone.
Yeah, he's the guy who therapizes the therapist, basically. He's perfect in he does what I reminds me of like Sanguinius basically. It's basically Alucard from Castlevania, but his other side is basically Dracula. And I got to say my boy has no problem swinging any woman. Like any girl who sees a picture of Sanguinius, she's going to see
honestly
yes.
With the Primarchs, honestly, you could give any Disney princess to either Sanguinius or like Vulkan. Those are like the two, and they'll make it work.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't mean work as in like a relationship, because like Guilliman could do that too. I mean like an actual like love marriage,
Yeah.
because those two are easy.
For in that case, I mean, again, like I said, any princess would fit him. But considering the fact that he has a dark side that he needs to carry, a burden that he needs to carry, I would say, oh, this is going to be a little bit different. So I'm thinking Megara, from Disney Hercules,
Ooh,
because
that's good.
yeah, because when you think about it, like before Hercules, she was in a very bad. She sacrificed everything for this. She literally sold her soul for this, for a dude, and he basically abandoned her. And she really thinks the worst of women. And then
Yeah.
she meets Hercules, who's like very genuine. And then she realized, and I was like, she meeting Sanguinius and like actually honest,
I
genuine
could
one
see
of the.
that.
Yeah, this is going to be a very deep. Again, it will probably take a smoothing banter period where she's like trying to throw quips at him
Absolutely.
to break him, and he's like,
The thing is though,
Sanguinius,
Sanguinius is
yeah,
one of the few Primarchs who would tolerate that.
yeah,
Because he's kind.
yeah,
He's kind.
genuinely kind. That's why everyone hates him.
That's his whole like Sanguinius' whole shtick is that he took his legion, the Ninth Legion, which were the Revenant Legion, the Zombie Legion, the Flesh Eaters, right?
Yeah.
And he loved them so much that they actually became the Angels of the Imperium.
Not the Dark Angels, the
That's his whole
good
shtick.
actual angels. Like you
Yeah,
want
like
these guys
angel,
to show
angel.
up. But who do you see herself in,
I
like
like
in
that.
the Imperium?
So I got two options,
Okay.
right? One is that I could just say Inquisitor, because, sassy, I do what I want,
Yeah.
screams Inquisitor. But I'm actually going to say Rogue Trader as well, because Rogue Traders are able to do anything, to go anywhere, and they are known for just doing whatever, because they're a Rogue Trader.
Yeah.
I have a warrant of trade. I don't need to listen to you, baby.
You know,
I like that. I could see that.
I'm
Like Sanguinius having to smooth over tensions with this rogue trader who's like, I have my own realm. I'm gonna do whatever. You do you, Mr. Legion Man, Primarch. I don't care what you are. And then he has to smooth her over and win her over to help with the Great Crusade. I like that I like her as a rogue trader. I like her as a rogue trader.
I can even say if there's again, this is I don't know about like in the Horus Heresy, they're not really aware about demons and things like that, but I can see like she's actually a rogue trader in trouble with the Chaos Demon, and she's actually trying to find ways to get rid of it.
We
and
could, that we could make that work.
yeah, Sanguinius meets her, and then she's like, yeah, this boy's not
Yeah,
gonna
we can
save
make
me.
that could work.
But then he actually the one who actually helps her from that out of the trouble. Again, Sanguinius is a pretty easy guy. He's too perfect. He's too perfect. That's why he's so easy.
Like, let me simple.
But genuinely though, he has a lot of
Anyone.
depth. He has a lot of depth and things like that. So yeah, again, if you can go read his book, go read his books. It's probably good.
Very good.
Okay, so who's next?
The 10th Legion with Ferrus Manus, Rogal.
Ah, Mr. Glove Man. My whole internal personality is just
The Iron Hands. Iron Hands. Ferrus Manus. Iron Hands.
To be fair with you, this is probably gonna piss off the community, but I'm gonna say I'd be okay to completely pass him. Sorry.
You and everyone else. The Iron Hands are forgotten by GW, the community, and God Almighty at this point.
I care. I care.
Ferrus Manus is one of those characters where he didn't get a lot and he's very underrepresented.
Yeah.
But like all Primarchs, he has a lot going for him. Ferrus Manus presents, like in terms of the Primarchs, it's said that he is one of, if not the most physically strongest Primarch, right?
Ooh.
He was known for his sheer prodigious raw strength. And his whole thing is that he values strength and despises weakness.
Ooh.
Right? You have to become strong, right? If you're not strong, that's not anything. And it's interesting because there's actually a book. It's part of the 154th Expeditionary Fleet, like saga.
Yeah.
And it's him dealing with stuff. And he's like, I have to win. Because like Mortarion and Vulkan are conquering world. Morty and Vulkan are making progress. He's not. And he's upset. And in the book, he's like, I have to show Dad that I'm just as good as everyone else.
Is he also kind of insecure?
Yeah,
Or is...
a little bit. He definitely is because but it's more so like it's not so like he doesn't blame others for his weakness. He blames himself.
Yeah.
Why am I weak? Fun fact, that actually is what drives him to lose his shit at Istvan. Because before Istvan, the Dropside Massacre, Fulgrim talks to Ferrus and he's like, hey, you want to join? And then he knocks Ferrus out when Ferrus tries to kill him. Because Ferrus gets so mad at Fulgrim. And the reason why he's mad is not that Fulgrim turned. It's that you have the gall to think I'm so weak that I would turn? You think I'm such a bitch that I would betray my dad? That's what gets him mad.
Fulgrim is like, bro, I'm not talking about that, but you think I'm weak? No. Oh, you know what? This is not gonna go.
Yeah, literally. Varys Manus is a very insecure character. He loves strength, but it's because he believes his own personal failings. And I actually have a video on my channel that explains how that may actually be because he was poisoned by Necrons. There's a theory that he was actually infected by a Necron Catan metal, which is why he's like that now.
That's why he got them iron hands.
Iron hands. Yeah. The necrodermis actually slowly poisoning him and changing the way he thinks and acts. That's kind of the idea. It's a theory, but it's a good theory.
In terms of that, when it comes to Disney, probably Kida from Atlantis. Again, it's in a sense like she's also her people in a sense like Atlantis used to be this greatest thing, but now it's like rock and things like that, and she wants to fix and improve. And she's very well aware that their people are dying and aware of their dad's weakness and things like that. So she also wants to like,
I like the idea showing Ferrus that being weak is not something to be despised, but to become strong, you have to be weak first. And for her, basically, like, my civilization is now here. Let's build it back up to be strong again. I vibe with that. Though the problem is with a lot of the Chaos Primarchs, and a lot of the Primarchs period, they just need someone who doesn't mind that they're insecure and be like, I love you despite your insecurities. Therapy fixes most of the Primarchs. I'm gonna keep it $150 with you. So it's gonna be a little repetitive, but hey, that is what it is.
Perfect wife, therapist.
Literally though.
But because you went kind of the therapy route, this is gonna be kind of sound weird, but probably sadness from inside out. Because I feel like Perturabo needs a good cry and acceptance in a lot of not Peter Perturabo. I'm saying Ferrus Manus.
Manus.
Yeah, he needs to sit down for a while and then really process it. Like just let the tears come off those iron hands and then take a breath. And then, reassess.
I can't believe that Konrad Curze was easier than Ferrus Manus. And I swear to God, there's no way that the two most mentally unstable Primarchs are easier to find girlfriends for than fucking Iron Ferrus Manus.
There's a saying my acting teachers always said, when playing bad guys in particular, he would say, bad guys also need to relate, and if they're not relatable, they have to be interesting. Unfortunately, Ferrus Manus is not, but Curze.
He's neither. Yeah, Ferrus suffers from a lack of characterization.
Yeah.
He really does. He's the Primarch that has the least lore about him, period. So it's rough.
I'm gonna assign sadness to him. She's not a princess, but I think, again, Disney, so I think that's what he needs. I
guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
The Iron Star's gonna cry in the comments.
I am trying, boys, but I ain't got much to work with here.
Okay, we'll move on. Who's next? Please be someone not boring.
Mr. Angry Ron.
Okay. So for Angron, he already has like a very dominant, like in the fan community, right? Like he already has a waifu.
Oh yeah, so again completely fiction. All ships are fictional, like not even
Yeah,
the barest. The thing is, so there's not even like the barest hint of a truth, right?
yeah.
So the biggest ship is Guilliman X Rain. That stemmed from one like 5-line conversation they had, and the community grabbed that shit and ran with it.
It's like Bradley. It's like this. Okay, okay. Action, action, action. Wait, we actually got romance? No, this is not romance. I don't care. I'm
No,
desperate.
no, it's literally nothing. Absolutely, like you are not wrong in the slightest bit. But yeah, Lotara Sarin,
Yeah,
the captain of the Conqueror,
mm,
badass female character. But people ship them a lot.
yeah.
I just because man and woman, to be frank. But I mean, there's not much in 40K. There ain't much. I'm gonna keep it with you. There ain't much.
And also, I'm gonna say, Angron also not very easy on the eyes. Not so much. Not at all.
I mean, he has that brutalistic, like masculine thing going for him at least. He's a gladiator, so he
Yeah.
embraces that.
I'm gonna be real with you. He's a very short bodybuilder with roid rage. It's not looking good for him.
Absolutely. It is. But the thing is though, like Angron is one of those characters where he has a lot of depth to him. Like he's
Yeah,
not just like angry, like in his
yeah,
rare moments of lucidity and when the nails aren't biting into him, he's really like he's a great guy.
yeah.
You know, it states in, I think it's the first heretic, but when he has those moments of lucidity, he's with his men. He's eating with them. He's drinking with them. He's sparring with them. He's making weapons with them. Like, and they like love him for it
Yeah.
because this is actually supposed to be Angron, and he's
Mm,
great. He just has anger issues, so
yeah.
he's a great guy, but he needs someone to help him through his anger issues. That's literally it, right? So, is there a princess that is good at dealing with anger issues?
That's basically Belle. That's her whole shtick.
Didn't we already assign Belle to someone?
Yeah, we already made Belle with. Wait, I think Peter Turbo. We already did that to Peter Turbo.
Was it Perturabo?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So I would say if you want to go in the ship captain wise, I would say easily like in Treasure Planet, there's a Xeno character who's a cat lady who's a captain of a ship.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very much same as personality wise to that Angron waifu that the community ships. So if you want to go very simple, that's
Okay, but
probably
like
it.
she doesn't mind a scrap, right?
No,
She doesn't mind a fight.
No, she does not.
Okay, that's I can see that.
Yeah, yeah,
They are the couple who does MMA together.
yeah. Angry, you are too scrawny and weak, and she does a backflip and then trips and leg slips, and they're like, okay, I redact that statement.
Where to put him in 40K?
Literally, ship's captain. Again, she's a sci-fi ship
Yeah.
captain, actually.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but we could make her an abhuman because the character from Treasure Planet is like a cat person, yeah?
Yeah. That's what I was going to mention. Like,
Yeah, so we can make her a felinid. Yeah, we can make her a felinid like a ship captain. We could just make her like a Xenos as well, because like the Tau have like Xenos auxiliaries that are just like in there, and there are other Xenos that aren't just part of the big main factions, right? So we could just make her like a Xenos like mercenary that was hired, right?
Cool.
And then eventually, she could throw hand. Actually, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The Imperium, okay, in 40K, the Imperium uses Xenos mercenaries. During the Heresy, I'm pretty sure they didn't, but again, we're bending the rules here.
Yeah.
I could see like a Xenos mercenary captain, Angron being like, hey, ordering her around. She's like, no. They end up fighting on the bridge, and Angron is like, strong woman, me like, and then they kind of like blend from there. I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah. Because Angron already has like a very established waifu, so we don't really need to dwell around
What
this that much.
established waifu, bro? The community, the 40K community will bang anything. I'm gonna keep it a $150.
Yeah.
I've seen some shit. I've seen some stuff.
Okay, so moving on from Mr. Angron to who?
13th Legion, Roboute Guilliman, Primarch of the Ultramarines.
Again, another one with a very established waifu. This is the whole start of this whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For those who don't know, like Roboute Guilliman is like the poster boy of 40k, I would say. He's the Primarch
Of the Primarchs, at least.
Yeah, even he's the poster boy, Legion's Primarch as well. So everybody knows him, Mr. Caesar himself, and 40k community knows this. There's a big shipping between him and Urain, the elf that literally resurrect him. So it's been a big thing that's been happening in the story. So you probably know this, but again, we're not going to dwell too much around this. But if we were to make her Disneyfied, I don't know about Urain's personality at all. I've only known her through the memes. I don't know her at all.
So her personality is because like she used to be part of the Yonari, which are a brand new. Well, they were supposed to be a brand new elf faction. That storyline got dropped harder than than like the meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs. GW had a full-on book line for them. And then it wasn't the 40k community did not like it. The Eldar fans, which blows my mind, the Eldar fans specifically didn't like it.
Wow.
And this was the first new content they'd gotten in like decades. And they were like, this is bad. So GW just dropped it completely. So we don't really know much, but from her, she is essentially someone who is very understanding for an Eldari. So she was a prisoner of the Dark Eldar for a bit, and then she escaped. And then she is essentially... Eldar generally have a big problem of being either very depressed or very arrogant or very angry. She has none of those. She understands that Eldar want to be strong. She doesn't love humanity, but she understands that humans are better than chaos. So she's reasonable. She's a very reasonable Eldar.
That's perfect for Guilliman.
It's not really like...
That's perfect for Guilliman, reason. This logic computes.
For Guilliman, you need just someone who's like a stateswoman. Reasonable, logical, makes sense, and someone who's not rash, who is about duty, like following stuff. He is a politician.
Yeah.
He needs a politician's wife. Simple as.
I would say this. Him, again, he's one of the good-looking Primarchs as well. Personality-wise, everyone thought he's kind of boring, but I don't think so.
Oh, no. That's surface level.
Yeah.
These are a lot to him.
I think he's... I won't say necessarily Riz, but anyone who's a politician, they gotta have some sort of charisma. Otherwise, it just...
No, Guilliman can talk.
Yeah.
He can talk. He is charismatic. That's what people don't get about my boy. He can talk.
Logical. Oof. Again, Elsa, we already assigned that to Lion.
Is there anyone that becomes a queen?
Elsa is, but Anna, her sister, but the thing with Anna is that she would require emotional intelligence, because that's what she lacked from her sister.
Guilliman has a little bit of that.
Yeah,
he's not like Sanguinius, mind you, but he's not a Konrad Curze.
Let's go with Anna. I think Anna would make, because she does become queen, and she is like, if Elsa does all the dutiful kind of stuff, she also really learned a lot to becoming like a proper she learned a lot, actually, more than she put in more work than Elsa, where Elsa had like a lot of natural talents that kind of went with her. For her, she had to really work for it, and that is very established. And
I can vibe with that.
Yeah, and inserting like events of Frozen 2, when she's like reuniting people, re-emerging history. Yeah, I can see Caesar playing along with it. Yes, Caesar and Anna is the perfect match for it. So in the Imperium, what are you saying? I feel like just a politician is just general enough, I feel like.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, you could just make it like a High Lord. Like a High Lord of Terror.
Oh, ultimate bureaucracy.
That would make sense. Yeah, it's like, because Guilliman had to restructure the High Lords because they tried to coup him. Bad idea. Surprise, surprise, the son of God is hard to kill. Who would have thought? Not like we had a
Ooh,
7-year-long war of
Ooh,
trying
is
to
that
do
a
so.
knife behind my back?
Literally. It's so, yeah, that could work.
Yeah,
She is one of the new High Lords or like a new like high official and
yeah,
basically trying to like govern everything. And
yeah.
Guilliman kind of like helps her a little bit with the ropes.
The protege then kind of turns into a life romance thing. Yeah. So
I can see that.
yeah, we'll move on from Guilliman. Who is next?
Mortarion. So full disclosure, of all the Primarchs, I know the least about Mortarion because I hate Mortarion. Everyone knows this about me. It is no small secret. Mortarion is my most despised Primarch because he has no reason to betray the Emperor. He's just a little bitch for no reason. And I know nothing about him, fair enough, but he just sucks.
Dad stole my kill. I hold that spite by your life.
I'm sure there's more to him than that, yeah? But
Yeah.
I couldn't care less about Morty. Morty has that issue of, he seems like he has a lot going for him. But I think it's the issue of he has such a massive ego that it prevents him from doing anything, right?
Yeah.
Like he's so far up himself that he just he can't see anything. He thinks that he's like the king of the world, right?
Yeah.
And everything he does is perfect, but in reality, it's not.
Even when you think about it, like
He
what
needs-
what the Emperor did to Angron compared to what he did to him, is like, dude, you got off
yeah.
easy. You got off easy. Dad was not that mean to you.
Absolutely. Like Morty is an incel
Yeah.
who thinks that he knows everything.
Yeah.
Mortarion, out of all, he needs the strongest woman there is, the most independent girl boss princess to be like, hey, you ain't shit, and actually learn. That's what he needs. We need someone to keep him honest.
Oh my god. Why do I see mostly like Disney villains mostly doing that to him more than any sort of like good girls?
The one that thinks of the one that comes to me is Megara, right? That's
Yeah.
immediately because I'm
Yeah.
like, she'd put him in his place.
Yeah. But
we already have that though. But like,
yeah, and but even she, I don't think that possible because like again, she mostly works with like words, sarcasm, and I can see that flying by Mortarion, like all the quips.
yeah, no. Morty needs someone who's blunt.
Yeah,
he needs someone who's blunt.
So I don't even see him as, I feel like someone literally need to punch him in the face. Like that is how it should work with.
Probably.
Yeah.
There's gotta be one princess who's willing to throw hands for Mortarion. There gotta be someone.
I'm trying to think of like any sort of warrior princesses, which is not an old thing, but like in new Disney, there were like several warrior type gals in it. But then they just went, like, any woman needs to vibe with this. Like she needs to take this needs to be a very big project.
Yeah. This is a doer-upper for sure.
This is like Emperor assigned project. It's like, fix my son. Okay, just, I don't know what it takes. I don't care what it takes. Just fix my son. Ooh, I'm thinking that girl in Atlantis, but the villain. That submarine blonde girl, that femme fatale that they throw in 2000 Disney.
That would actually work. That would actually work.
Yeah.
That will work.
You need a very mature, very strong, again, femme fatale, literally a femme fatale. You need a femme fatale.
Yeah. You need that.
Yeah.
Once again,
yeah,
proving why Mortarion is the worst Primarch. He's the only one who didn't get a princess.
He's not getting a princess. He's not getting a princess.
God, I don't like your Primarch. I don't like your Primarch, bro. I'm gonna keep it above. I have no reason. Maybe if I read his book and look into him more, I may have a better appreciation, but
nope.
I hate Mortarion, bro. I'm gonna keep it above. I don't like that guy.
I like the look. I would say that. I just like the look.
Look is great.
Yeah.
Morty looks fantastic. Got no personality though.
Yeah. Nope. And when we see the look is great, it's more heavy metal, that kind of vibe. Not really someone who's also easy on the ice. Morty is not easy on the ice. I'll tell you this.
He is ugly. Fun fact, he actually is disfigured because of the planet he lived on was covered in toxic gases.
Yeah.
That's why he has to wear that rebreather.
Okay, so he's definitely getting over like, okay, let's see someone who's nice. Hopefully next one is nice.
15th Legion, Magnus the Red.
Wow, finally the nerd boy enters the chat.
The literal nerd. Magnus, though, he is the scholar of the Primarchs.
Yeah.
He is, you think about old school ancient scholar, that's him to a T. He loves knowledge, he loves understanding. Magnus's biggest issue, he thinks that he's always the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah.
He thinks he knows too much. That's his biggest issue.
Yeah.
But we do see that when he gets proven wrong, when it's shown that, hey, you don't actually know anything, he's immediately repentant, right? He's not an asshole about it. He just gets really sad. Like, I thought I was smart. And he's like, no, you're not. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And he literally, he locks himself in his room and he's super sad. And he's like, I'm so dumb.
He's literally Hermione. He's literally Hermione.
Oh my God.
Think about it. Think about
He is,
it.
though.
He's very sure of himself.
They're both wizards.
Yeah, she's very sure of himself, but when she did wrong, he's like, go away. Just leave me alone. I need to cry in my room right now.
No. Oh, Magnus is a Harry Potter nerd. Why does that make so much sense? Oh, he's definitely Ravenclaw. 100%.
Yes. He's not a Gryffindor.
No, he's Ravenclaw, though.
He's Ravenclaw. Okay.
Oh my God.
But in terms of like, again, Magnus will probably vibe with any princess because he's, again, genuinely very talkative, I would say.
Not really. So that's the thing with like, so Magnus is very charismatic, but he needs someone smart. Magnus is the type of guy he needs someone to talk like history with, right?
Yeah.
He's the type of guy, if he brings up Plato versus Diogenes, he needs you to weigh in. He needs someone. Because the main reason why he and Russ don't get along is because Russ has no interest in scholarly stuff.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. And that's the thing that really clashed them. Because Russ is all about living in the moment, physically living life with your hands.
Yeah.
But Magnus, on the other hand, he values ancient knowledge and wisdom because that's the past lives of others being lived through us. That's that diametric clash of opinions and ideas. So we need Book Nerd Girl. That's what we need.
Okay.
These two need to sit. The idea of a library date to them is the best thing ever. That's what we need.
Okay. Again, Belle is so much better for a lot of Primarchs. The only reason why it's because, again, not just because she's a nurse, she's very emotionally intelligent to deal with all the egos, because that's what Beast is, literally. But we already signed Belle. If not Belle, oddly enough, well, here's the thing. Ariel is not that smart, but she's interested. She's very curious. She's so curious.
Ooh, that would be good.
Yeah, because
that would be good.
Her whole shtick is she's obsessing about a world that she really doesn't understand, and she just risked everything to know about it. Literally risking her legs.
That's literally Magnus, though. He risked everything to learn about the warp. He's the most curious of all the Primarchs. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not gonna say these.
That would be chaos.
Yeah.
Because like that's the blind leading the blind, but it would be cute.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It would be cute.
This is not gonna end well, but I'm gonna say this is the best Romeo Juliet story you'll hear. At the end, they will both be dead, but it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'll be. Honestly, I could totally imagine like one of those dynamics of like the history nerd guy just spouting stuff to the girl, and she just wants to learn.
Yeah,
that's bad. That has to be Magnus.
That's
I could vibe with that.
But will he be okay with like if she has stupid ideas to offer? Will he humor her? That's the thing.
Oh yeah, the thing is though, like she will give Magnus all the attention, and he will feel like he's teaching her, And that's
Yeah.
going to set his ego on fire. He's going to love that.
Finally, Russ, a girl actually talked to me. I don't believe you.
Ironically, all of these pairings so far have been really good and non-toxic. This is the one that's like, this is probably going to end bad. This is probably because Ariel doesn't have, I don't know, does Ariel have like the emotional maturity to like rein him in?
Nope.
Yes.
Nope. She is
All right, I'm making a little asterisk here, right?
Yeah.
Belle would be the ideal,
Yeah.
right? Belle would be the ideal, especially for Magnus, because both intelligent,
Yeah.
but Belle has the emotional maturity to rein him in. Ariel is the fun option that may or may not lead to the house burning down.
It will
It'll be
literally
cute.
It'll be literally be Biggie waking up and then seeing his entire house in hell because these two wanted to find out what door this key opens. That's how this whole thing opens.
I love that dynamic though. I love it so much. It's not going to end well, but oh god, would that be cute?
She can literally be like I think she could a person in Pastramo or something like that. I can't see what placement I would put in the 40k universe.
Oh, so I mean, ooh, we could do something. We could do something interesting because Ariel is from the ocean, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what the Thousand Suns call the warp?
The ocean?
They call it the Great Ocean.
Yes.
We could make her be like, because not all warp entities are demons. That's something that is very clearly stated.
Yes.
We'd make her like a warp entity that Magnus just finds, and then she becomes super curious about this like mortal dude.
Yeah.
And that's how she gets her legs.
Damn. Oh, this is nice. This is a story that can actually happen, and it could be a side book where Magnus spends so much time in the warp, he literally got a new creature friend. And they're like, Dad, I found
Magnus would do that. Magnus would. He would. 100%. Like, this is a creature from the warp that happens to look hot and wants to listen to me talk shit. I see this as a win-win.
First thing he does, he introduces to Russ, and Axe will be chasing them with an axe.
Valid.
Okay. This is the most fun. Okay, so who's next?
The big man himself. Number 16, Mrs. Horus Lupercal.
The bold terror.
So Horus is pre-heresy Horus, arguably the most charismatic Primarch.
Yeah.
Definitely uses it most. He's definitely up there. So pre-heresy Horus, super charismatic, super politician-y. Like he knows how to play a room. But he also is sincere. Like he is sincere, but he's not above playing because he's a gang lord, right?
Yeah.
He's a gangster. That's his background. He is sincere, but he's not above playing a trick or two in the political game, right? He's a political animal, but he's not evil. He generally cares about his boys, but he's willing to play some tricks here and there. But he is a good guy. He is a good guy.
So I think my interpretation of him is wrong from what you just said, because I thought he's like literally Hans. He's a Two-Face. That's what I thought.
No.
That's
No,
what I
no.
thought,
So
but I am very wrong on this one.
Horus is like, one of those old school Italian gangsters.
Yeah.
They're well-mannered and they're decent, they're classy.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
do
yeah.
questionable stuff, but they're most definitely not evil, right? Like they don't
They have a
they don't run
code. They have a
drugs or
code.
prostitution or yeah, like they don't do that. But if this dude is like messing with the neighborhood and he ends up hitting a girl, he may wake up the next day with his legs broken. Who knows? How did that happen? Right? That's Horus. Super charismatic, really does care, but he's not a Boy Scout.
Okay.
So the only main issue is that he does have a bit of an ego. He likes being in the spotlight. He really does. He likes being the center of attention.
Worship me, worship me. I'm Dad's
Okay,
favorite
not
son.
really. Like it's not like Mortarion. Like he can handle it.
Yeah,
But
okay.
it's like he starts to worry a little bit when he's not always at the center. Like he's daddy's favorite. He has to be daddy's favorite. And if he's not, he gets worried.
I can literally see him worrying about his future as they found as they found the Primarchs and they all have flowing locks and his widow's peak is going further and further and he can see
No,
shit.
that kind of happened because like Leman Russ was the second found, right?
Oh,
And
mate.
and when Leman Russ was found by the Emperor, Horus actually got worried, and it says that he was worried because he was no longer his father's only,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
So he really loves the Emperor and he loves people around him, but he wants to be like he wants to be the guy, you know? And he gets worried when he's not the guy, because if I'm not the guy, then who am I?
Yeah.
Right? Again, repeat ad nauseum. He needs a chick who will reassure him and be a
There.
To be fair, again, this will not go with the Disney princess. I'm sorry, guys. The big bad guy in 40K is probably not gonna vibe with the Disney princess because at least
well, I mean, there has to be. Is there a Disney princess who's willing to like? They're not lawful good, but they're more chaotic good, right?
again, it has to be rebellious, but even rebelliousness, like Jasmine she really doesn't like the court. She would like to live in the
Mhm.
real world. She literally falls in love with a broke guy, a hobo thief from the
I'd
street.
like that, right?
Yeah,
Because it's like she doesn't like the world of law and order,
yeah,
but she wants people to be happy. And if
mm,
people being happy breaks like the law and order, she's okay with that,
yeah.
right?
But
And also, she is a princess, so she's used to political life and stuff.
yeah. Well, if you look at like Aladdin, he can be a good alibi for Horus because like Horus probably the person who
Yeah.
was in the gangs thinking I am meant for more greater things than this.
Yeah,
Literally,
Horus also came from nothing, mind you. He
yeah.
did come from nothing.
Is literally the scene from Aladdin where he goes like said there's more to me. That's not it's more it's literally Aladdin's Respite song. I can see Horus doing that. He's probably not gonna have Aladdin's hair,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I can see Horus like the person I'm destined for something else. But then the end of the story he kind of
Mhm.
realizes it's okay that he's a street rat and he's coming in terms with who he
Yeah,
is. He's not being ashamed of himself.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think yeah,
I
Jasmine.
like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, Jasper, good work. Who knew the ball terror would land jet? I did not expect this, by the way. I did not expect this.
I mean, I didn't expect it, but it makes sense. It turns out what homie needed was just an Indian baddie to set him right. Valid. Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I go to therapy for Jasmine. I would. I get sorted. Like, damn, you see that? Like Disney in the '90s when they were making princesses, they knew what they were doing. I refuse to believe otherwise. The artist who drew Jasmine, he knew. That may have been a family movie, but he drew those for the dad. Let me tell you what now.
Uh, what do you see yourself in the 40K universe, Jasmine?
Oh, I could just be boring, but she would probably be like a again like a princess, like
Yeah,
a political person who has to make peace with the gang lord.
yeah.
It's really it's like it makes because there's a lot of politics in the Imperium.
I would not see this as an arranged marriage because like that will definitely not work for Jasmine. But what I can see
No,
happening
no, definitely
is
not.
I can see happening is Horus actually has to charm her. Like Aladdin literally had to do
I
when he
yeah.
was being a princess, praying a prince, and then she sees
I
through
I
that.
I I see it. I see it in the case of it being another like Mulan situation where this is a extra human kingdom, not part of
Yeah.
the Imperium. And Horus, because that's one thing that Horus loved to do. He'd love to be the first contact, to be a
Mm,
diplomat, to meet people, to talk with them, and try and build a relationship. That's
yeah.
actually the whole plot of False Gods, the second book. So I could see him having to basically them both being diplomats with each other,
Yeah.
right? And eventually he ends up charming her, and that the working relationship ends up developing into something different, right?
Mm.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah,
She's
again,
tired of all the court nonsense, but then she meets the charming gang lord, and it's like, yo, the swashbuckling rogue.
who knew Homeboy was Aladdin? We had no idea he was Aladdin.
No, it makes sense though. I had zero clue, but it makes sense. He grew up in the streets. He came from nothing.
Genie is literally
It
Big
makes
E.
sense.
Genie is literally Big E. Think about it.
He is though. Oh
He
my God.
literally took him from the gangster world to the world of royalty, and the diamond in the rough.
Yeah. That
Oh, dear.
Horus
Okay.
is Aladdin. I'll be damned.
Well, I feel sheepish.
This is good. This is good. We're cooking. We're really cooking. Who's next? Who's next?
17th Legion. I heard you like Jesus. Here come the preacher man, Lorgar Aurelian. Word bearer.
I'm gonna level with
Yeah.
you, man. Yeah, he is literally Judge Frollo. There's no buts about it. But let's just say Judge Frollo, when he was younger, when he believed in all of that stuff.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. So the thing is, though, Lorgar is a very interesting character because, he had to do a lot of stuff by himself,
Yeah.
right? And that's the thing that people don't understand is that he didn't really have anyone looking out for him. The Emperor didn't care. His two dudes, Corferon and Erebus, they sure as shit didn't care about him. So he was by himself a lot. But, there's a famous quote, I didn't want rebellion, all I ever wanted was the truth, right? Lorgar, for all his faults, and there are plenty, he was sincere. He wanted the truth. He wanted to actually know and find out. And he was sincere in everything he did. When he followed Big E, he believed that the Emperor was a god. Problem was, he had a hard time accepting reality.
Yeah.
Right? The healthy thing to do is that to realize that the Emperor is not a god. Like, to make a real world analogy, the church is not infallible. Right? But instead of him coming to terms with that, he was literally beaten as a child into believing in faith. Lorgar always got people pretending to be men of faith, right? He never actually had someone to talk to. If Lorgar had an actual good preacher man come and to talk to him and get him to actually have a genuine acceptance with his faith, he would have changed. Because his faith is so fragile. That's the thing. It breaks and snaps so easily because it's not based on anything solid and concrete. It's not based on fear. I mean, it's based on fear, not faith. That's why he breaks and he swings and he's easily manipulated. So that's the main thing about Lorgar, right?
Yeah.
In terms of a Disney princess, he needs someone who is willing to be real with him and be honest with him. That's the only thing. He never had a chance to be safe. He never had someone to actually look out for him. He needs someone who he can be vulnerable with and get an actual honest to goodness response. And then have that person help him work him through that. That's what Lorgar needs.
Okay, two options. One, a little exciting one, Pocahontas. Reason cause. When John meets Pocahontas, he has no idea how the shamanistic religion works at all. And then she's the one who's like, there's life in the rock, it's literally the song of she's introducing to her faith and how beautiful it is, how different from what John is used to from his old world. That is an interesting exploratory angle. She's also very understanding enough to
I love that.
Yeah. But if you want someone to, give it to him straight, again, going back to the mom from Merida, she can lay it on pretty thick. But again, I feel like
Lorgar doesn't need that. Right?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Lorgar always got the heavy hand, right? He always
Yeah.
got like the harsh treatment, and that never worked for him. He needed homie just needed to be cuddled. He needed someone to have a nice soft talk with him. He needed a mom, and he
Yeah.
never got that. All he got was like dealt with like belt to ass, simple as.
Yeah.
And he just needed that. So I think I actually love Pocahontas. Someone to actually be nice and soft and genuine with him.
Yeah.
You know,
And
this is a safe space. I like that.
I think she's also the one person who's willing enough to explore faith with him. Uh, oh,
Absolutely.
well, is at least Lorgar
She's not
really,
rigid.
Is Lorgar really rigid?
So he wants the truth, right? But once he signs up to something, he is ride or die. He's the most faithful of all the Primarchs, right? That is that. So
I-
it's yes and no.
I'm seeing a tragic romance again because like I can see someone like Pocahontas, him meeting someone like Pocahontas before Big E, and then but considering like Big E's Imperium is very anti-religious of any kind, I can see when Big E
Oh
goes
yeah.
wrong, it's like this needs to stop, and I feel like
Oh,
both
yeah.
of them dying for this. I can see both of them
I mean,
getting
it'd be a better fate than what happened to IRL. So yeah, there's that. As to what she would be in 40K, I want to make her an Exodite. I want to
What's
make her an
that?
Exodite.
What's that?
The Exodites are hippie elves. They reject much, not all, but a lot of modern technology, and they go back to their roots. They live simple lives full of like farming with animals. Also, they're more like connected and emotional than Craftful
Yeah.
Eldar. So they're a lot more human in that regard. They have more physical intimacy and stuff like that because it's a case of go back to the old ways before technology. They also ride dinosaurs.
Yeah, okay. Now when you mentioned that, I'm like, I currently got a flashback to Infinite and the Divine, where Trazen literally steals something from them, I believe, from the exact same Eldar. So yeah, you know what? I think this again, this has to happen before Emperor shows up. This has to be before Biggie.
Yeah. I mean, forget about the canon. We could just say that this had like the Emperor likes he's fine with whatever, you
Yeah.
know. But I do like the idea of Lorgar being so rigid, but actually meeting someone who allows him the idea to express curiosity, to question his
Yeah.
faith in a healthy way. I
Yeah.
feel like that would really help his character.
They still
I
pray
think that
to
like
like
Pocahontas as a hippie Eldar,
yeah.
I can see
That
that.
makes sense.
So the next one is number 18,
Yeah.
Vulkan.
Okay.
Dragon Dad himself, baby.
Okay.
Vulkan. Vulkan is awesome. Vulkan is a dragon in every sense of the word. He is
Yeah.
kind, he is nice, he's loving. But if you hurt his family, you're going to get set on fire and hit with a hammer that canonically strikes with the force of an earthquake.
He is the big dude in the school who's the nicest dude, who's like always looking out for the
Absolutely.
little guy. But if you want to pick a fight with him, he would say, "This will not go well for you, my friend. This is not good. Just don't.
Nope,
do
this
it."
will not end well for you.
And when it
This will-
happens, you're gonna
that-
end up on the floor. But that's him holding back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That we actually have something, and it's not with Vulcan, but it's one of his sons, Tushan. So there's this Marine captain who was like looking over a hospital. The
Yeah.
hospital, the field hospital, got swarmed by orcs. So he just blew up the orcs and the hospital altogether with a bunch of artillery, right? Oh, the orcs are dead. So are the 12,000
Patience.
civilians. Yeah. So Chushan, the chapter master, the leader of the Salamanders, walks over to him, and he's like, the dude's like, "Oh, what are you here for?" He's like, "I will make this short." And he tells him, "Put your gauntlets back on. I want this to be fair. I will give you one piece of advice. Don't go for a weapon." And as he says that, he takes off his like arm, like his hammer and his plasma pistol.
Yeah.
And it said that when he set the hammer on the table
Yeah.
cracked. And then he just locks the door behind him. And the scene ends there, but he beat the ever living shit out of that Marines malevolent captain.
I would say again, personality. This is literally Superman in a lot of sense. When I read anything like Vulkan, it's just Superman comes off a lot of mine.
So
yeah,
Vulkan does struggle with a lot of stuff because he's like Vulkan never wanted to be a leader or a warrior or a ruler. Like when he became the leader of Nocturne,
yeah,
it was only because he could protect them. And they wanted to name him like a leader and king. He rejected that, so he took the title Fireborn, which is a mythological figure from Nocturne who is the protector.
yeah.
You know, that's him. He just wants to be the protector. So he struggles a lot with, am I right? Am I okay for this? Like, can I serve in the Great Crusade? Am I letting down everyone? Right? He's like, I'm not like in his book Vulkan Lives. It literally says that he wanted to be a farmer.
I say it again, Superman.
Yeah. So when looking at like a princess, you just need someone who simple and who's content and big on family. Those are like the big main things when it comes to Vulkan. Vulkan's just a family guy, man. He just wants a family and he wants a farm. That's him. He loves his sons. He loves humanity. He's a simple man.
That's again like the whole Disney ideal has always been like breaking away from family. Although the girl, let's not do this. I don't like this movie, so I don't want to do this. But the girl from Encanto,
fair enough.
The girl from Encanto is very family oriented.
Yeah, that could work.
But I don't like this movie. I don't want my boy Vulcan to Encanto.
It's funny. It's funny though, because like I love how everyone agrees. The most unrealistic part of that movie is like the grandma saying, "I'm sorry." Anyone from like a Asian or Hispanic or any like household will know. Getting an old Asian person to admit they're wrong, never, not happening, not happening. That doesn't happen. Most unrealistic thing ever.
We just wait for them until they have dementia, and then that's not a problem for anybody. Okay, that's how mostly it goes.
I mean, like I watched Encanto. I mean, it was pretty all right.
Okay,
like, it had a decent message.
No, I can do better. Nani.
Okay.
My boy Vulcan needs Nani. He need them that.
Yeah.
He needs that thick thigh goddess who's all about family and yeah.
Hi there, 20 feet tall, dark and handsome.
Dude, I'm just saying. Like I thought for the longest time I was weird for this. I thought this was a me issue, right? I thought I'd been on the internet too much. When they drew her for Lilo and Stitch, bro, they knew what they were doing. Is that just me?
No.
Like, I look back at that now, I'm like, damn.
Not just her.
Who is this thick? Like, is this me?
No, not just her. Like do you remember this lifeguard in that movie? Like, that's even bigger.
Yo. Like, I thought I was bugging for a second. I thought I was wilding, but I'm like, damn. So my boy Vulkan out here getting the best of that. I am for that, my boy.
Yeah,
Vulkan, stay winning.
Encanto is not that good up. He needs Nani. Nani is the best girl for him.
He needs and it makes sense because she is family orientated.
She's very
We're
family
not going to
orientated.
talk about how in the remake she left to go to college, which was the whole point of the previous movie.
Nope.
No.
Now, this is perfect. This is beautiful.
And
also, Vulkan absolutely would take Lilo, Stitch, Jabba, Muttley, all of them.
He will
That's
adopt
family.
them all.
Ohana is family, and
Yes.
Salamanders are... No. Listen, my community, the SWAT community, whomever, I need a picture of Stitch as a salamander. You know, with like, Ohana means family. All right, I need that because that's the Salamander's motto. Like I could imagine them screaming, "Ohana is family" next to "Into the fires of battle unto the anvil of war." I need that because Stitch would be a salamander. Because think about it, which Primarch would adopt him? Maybe Sanguinius, but Vulkan would.
Vulkan would.
Vulcan baby.
He's the only guy who's gonna have a farm that's filled with Disney mascot. It's just a farm with Disney mascots. That's pretty much it.
Vulcan Wood.
Yeah.
Vulcan Wood, bro.
Who do you see her as in the Imperium? I feel like this is a hometown romance.
Honestly,
what do you think?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, you just make a Nocturnian.
Yeah.
I could see that. Because, like, fun fact, Vulcan actually has someone who people ship him with. The thing
Yeah.
is, though, it's a very underrated ship because, like, it doesn't get much. But he actually had a favorite remembrancer, right? She was named
Ah.
Seraph, and he's actually the person who she talked with, and he reveals that he wanted to be a farmer, and their relationship is actually super cute. She does unfortunately die. Spoiler alert. The Night Lords end up killing her, and Vulcan gets very mad.
Curse!
And that's actually the same scene where he ends up accidentally or not really meaning to kill that elder child because his possible love interest just got turned into pulp by mass reactive bolt rounds. Reasonable crash out. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Superman does crack. It does happen when something happens to Lois.
Oh.
It does happen. Okay? Superman does crack.
But I could totally see her being like a Nocturnian, like again, like just a normal serf and like with the Legion.
Yeah.
And Vulcan just seeing her and like looking after like everyone and taking together, and he's like, "Yo, I vibe with this." I am claiming this as the Salamander guy. Salamanders go for thighs. I'm
Okay.
claiming that.
Okay, I'm giving the
Like,
you know
do
more
I have
about
any
this.
right to? Probably not, but I claim that. I need some fan art or something. I'll do a commission if y'all need, but I need something, please.
Okay, now we are moving
Alright.
on to
Next
Mr.
one.
Emo Boy, I think.
Raven Guard, Corvus, Corax.
Yes, everyone's favorite. I'm gonna say Vampire Boy, but because that's Sanguinius, I'm just gonna say everyone's favorite.
No. He's
Yeah.
bird boy. Vampire
Bird
boy
Boy.
is Sanguinius.
Yeah,
He's the bird boy.
Bird Boy.
So Corvus is someone people meme on a lot, but he's a very sincere and kind of naive Primarch, right? If you think about naive Primarchs, Guilliman and Corvus are two that come to front because Corvus was actually raised as a freedom fighter.
Yeah.
He was a slave and he rebelled against his world. So he's someone who values justice, and the idea of tyranny is something that he hates. I mean, in the modern day, the Raven Guard, I think it's their third company, they are known specifically for going to Imperial worlds and killing tyrants. That's their whole thing. And his struggle came during the heresy because he was essentially, the Emperor was an authoritarian for all intents and purposes, right? And he was the henchman of an authoritarian. So he had to do a lot of mental gymnastics to be like, this is necessary, right? Because it completely, because, contrary to popular belief, not all Primarchs were on board with the Great Crusade.
Yeah.
The Khan and Corvus are the two that just were pretty much opposed to it.
Yeah.
Magnus didn't care. Vulcan didn't want to do it. Angron didn't care. Perturabo as well. But yeah, so he's someone who cares about justice. He has a strong sense of morality, but he's a lot more understanding. But he can also be very naive in the way that he treats people. For example, he has his Raven Guard Terranborn. So the original Legion before he met up with them, they were essentially authoritarian, henchmen, right?
Yeah.
They were used to suppress riots and civil unrest, and they went in and they were like the secret police.
Black bag that person.
Yeah, he saw that. Absolutely. And he hated that. He despised that about them. And instead of actually, building bridges with them, like say someone like Vulcan or like Guilliman did, he actually ends up throwing them away because he keeps on sending them in the worst missions, hoping they'll die in sieges, breaches, and eventually when they survive, he just straight up exiles them.
Ooh.
He exiles them, and it's believed that those two, there were two formations that ended up being exiled. It's believed that they were two chapter-sized elements, and it's believed that they will go on to found the Renegade chapter, known as the Ashen Claws, and the Loyalist chapter known as the Space Sharks.
Oh yeah.
And it's believed that these space sharks, because they were exiled, so they had nothing. They were all on their own, no supply lines.
Yeah.
It's believed that the space sharks are partially Night Lord successors because they had to harvest Night Lord gene seed and mix it with their Raven God because they had no choice, right? That's the idea behind them. So
Okay.
he's very naive in that sense of like very black and white. And his journey through the heresy is him learning that, hey, yeah, no, it's not black and white. It's not good and bad. There's a million shades of gray in between, which used to be my favorite saying, but then the bloody movie, even the book came out and everyone thinks I'm talking about that. Like, no, that's a bad book. You should not like that book.
Dishonor on your whole family.
So the one aspect immediately when you said like one princess immediately, she's not technically a princess, but I'm gonna count her as a princess. One that immediately came to my mind is Esmeralda from Hunchback of Notre Dame. Mainly because of the
Ooh, that's a
freedom-
good one.
Yeah, mainly the freedom fighter aspect of it. It's like,
Look, I'm just saying it. If you are the main female lead in a Disney movie, you're a Disney princess, royalty or not. End of story.
The Emperor has spoken.
I like that because she's very open-minded and she's like Corvus is someone who's very black and white and she could like show him that hey, there's a lot more color to the world. I like that. That's good.
Although again, I can see this going horribly wrong. Is that like she could be the one who finally convinces him to rebel against the Imperium? I can see this going totally wrong.
Well, I mean, well, again, best case scenario. Best case scenario. Like we're ignoring the law here.
I can literally see her being like the people that the secret police is sent to repress. Maybe in a hive world. I don't know if hive worlds were a thing before the Horus heresy, or is this a recent thing?
Oh, they were. They definitely
okay.
were.
Okay, then.
No, hive worlds are old.
She could be a high welder, where there's like a small. She could be a high welder for mutants. She could literally be a high welder for mutants who are basically living underground with like nobody to.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's like the Corvus is going to like suppress them and stuff, but then he meets her and it's like, hey, let's talk about this. That could be a good storyline.
Yeah.
I like that. Final ones. 20th Legion, the Alpha Legion, which is Alfarius and Omegon. So
the meme legion.
Nothing here. I'm gonna keep it about the Alpha Legion shtick is that you don't know anything about them. In the Alfarius book, Head of the Hydra, it opens with "This is a lie. I am Alfarius. This is a lie." The book ends with "I am Alfarius. This is a lie." So theoretically, everything in the book could be bullshit.
You do not need to say more. This is Alice in Wonderland at 100%.
Okay, thing is though, are there any like twin princesses in Disney? Because there are two of them.
Hey, it's editing me. So after that, we went off on a tangent, swapping characters back to back, and then somehow ended up ranting about Twilight. This was about Alfarius and Omegon, so of course things got confusing. So I had a word with Bradley, and I'm going to stick to the Wonderland option. Because Wonderland will only make sense to Alfarius and Omegon. Seriously, they could actually explain Wonderland, because this would be regular compared to their wackiness. So in my humble opinion, the Red and the White Queen are the perfect match for Alfarius and Omegon. They are siblings, one is evil, one is not, both are chaotically confusing, so much like Alfarius and Omegon, so that's why I'm rolling with it. Is this genius? Probably not. But it's madness, and it is Wonderland, baby.
And with that, we have assigned Disney waifus to all the Primarchs. How'd you feel about it?
The only two that I'm a little iffy about is like, well, I mean, the one Mortarion because he didn't actually get a princess, but like that character would make sense for Mortarion, yeah. And then the only one is like Ferrus. I'm sorry, Iron Hands fans. I haven't got much to work with here.
I mean, like this again. It's the world is the 40K world is very unfair. Not everybody's landing a princess.
Mm-hmm. As
Thank
for
you so much.
standouts, I did not expect Vulkan to get Nani. Very happy about that. Very happy about that, mind you. My boy won. But the one that I love the most, I have to say, is actually Curze and Rapunzel.
Yeah.
Entangled. That that's the most impactful. And it makes like that's actually of all the things here,
Yeah.
that could actually make sense in lore. Like we could try and make that sense. Like this semi-ethereal mythological warp being
Yeah.
who Curse straight up can't just shank and actually like teaches him empathy. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for doing this, General Bradley. And of course, do go check his channel out. There's a tag
Anytime,
link in
man.
the title. Just click that and go to channel to learn all about 40K. He has like, if you like sketch content, he also has like 40K sketch content in his videos as well, which again, this is how
I got a little bit here and there.
yeah.
I always love these like little chats. These are great.
And again, final to you guys, do you agree with our picks? If you have any other waifus recommendation that you want to put down in the comments, I will read them and I will reply to them. If it's a sick idea, I'll be like, that's better. I will admit it, okay?
Same here. Hey.
And once again, thank you, General Bradley. And with that, we will see you all in the next video. That's all, folks.